Mediaite contributing editor Sarah Rumpf joins me now. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us. You know, it's true, he's making headlines, and we see him getting all the attention in the town halls. What gives?
Well, you know, whether you love him or hate him, Trump is good TV. And look, we struggle with this in the media. He's absolutely entertaining. You never know what he's going to say. And even when he says something that's seemingly normal, I think his initial quote in reaction to Biden stumbling at the Air Force graduation today was like, "Oh, I hope he's not hurt." That almost makes news for being not weird. So, you know, we're in for a real interesting year and a half.
I know. Good TV, but does he make a good president? And how will we know going forward? Because we never really know with polling, right? But at the same time, he's way ahead.
You know, it ends up being a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy. I was one of many who was very frustrated in the 2016 election cycle because we had a very crowded Republican field who, you know, a lot of us had expected to be a little bit of a battle of the policy wonks with all of these different governors and senators who had proposed all these different ideas and worked on all these different programs. And the second Trump got into the race, he burned everything to the ground, and it was like no one else existed. I talked to voters that cycle who would say, "Oh, Trump's the only one talking about it." Like, no, he's the only one getting TV. The others are on those issues too.
There are others on the campaign trail working as hard as they possibly can. But, you know, I even see it with Melania. She had a piece with Pete Hegseth on Fox Nation, very nicely done. I haven't seen the same for Casey. I haven't seen it for Ron DeSantis' spouse. So why the special attention?
Well, I mean, in some instances, you know, the former president, once you've been elected president, you are by definition one of the most famous people on the planet. And Trump had that status even before he ran. So, you know, a governor's wife is not going to compete with a former first lady as far as the press attention goes. But as to the candidates themselves, it does end up being, you know, a bit of something where the media does have to have that discussion. And are we being good gatekeepers of information? I do appreciate that, you know, CNN may have gotten a lot of flack for the Trump town hall, but they're following that up with similar length town halls with the other Republican candidates. That's appropriate. If they'd only done the one with Trump and not followed up with the others, that would have been, "Oh, you're just doing that for the ratings and the buzz and the excitement of the Trump circus." So we'll see how this goes in the months to come.
Well, and you make such a valid point that he not only has such name recognition, he is a former president. I'm just wondering if there's going to be a shift going forward. That's, I think all of us are sort of waiting. Is it going to stay this unbalance that we see throughout the whole 18 months between now and 2024? Or are we going to see others really start to rise a little bit?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Trump has so far said that he may not do any primary debates. And that obviously would be a huge disadvantage for any of his challengers who are trying to make a name for themselves and hope to carve away at the big lead that he has. But, you know, he did all the debates in 2016 and it just didn't seem to matter. The second he got in the race, he got all like 95 to 99% of all the airtime. It's not quite that imbalanced this time around so far, but
That's what I was going to ask you before I go is, do you suspect, and I know you don't have a crystal ball, is he going to shift on the participation in the debates?
You know, if he does participate in the debates, then what happens at those debates will obviously be part of the discussion. But if not, if he doesn't participate in them, then trying to cover this race is going to come down to following these candidates around state fairs in Iowa and coffee shops in New Hampshire and catching those little sound bites. It's a lot harder to get into policy details when the candidates are not facing the same questions on a stage where you can compare them side by side for sure.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.